Hello and welcome to Shakedown Day at round 7 of the 2019 Enduro World Series. We're at the Northstar California resort here for the Northstar Enduro, and it is basically like racing on the surface of the moon, albeit with some more gravity. Lots of dust, lots of rocks, we've got some big names back, and we are gearing up for what should be an absolutely titanic showdown this weekend. Let's go and chat to some of the riders and see what's going on. Martin, you're back. What sort of form do you arrive here in California with?
Yeah, I'm fit and ready to go. I have to say that the last 2 weeks were very exciting. You know, I could feel that I was about to be back racing, and you know, I've missed it so much over the last 3 months.
I mean, you're looking lean. Do you think you can pick up that sort of form you started the year with?
I've been riding my bike a lot at home, and I'm feeling as ready as I was before the season. The first few hundred meters were good, extremely dusty. It's good to be back.
A lot of seriously fast contenders this weekend. Who do you think you're going to be racing up there?
Looks like Richie's on a very good form over the last few races. Sam is always one of them. I think Flo is, starting to try to protect his title. You always ride a little bit more conservative when you have the title in front of you.
It's alien terrain for a lot of people, but for you, it's obviously your home dirt.
Gotta hold your line and drift it out and trust the dust.
Setup wise, what can you do to sort of trust the dust a bit more?
Honestly, I would say put a couple extra PSI in your tires. It's super rocky here. I'd maybe run a little bit bigger fork for the steep rocks because it's pretty rough and rowdy, so it's nice to have the bike a bit further back.
We're having a whip/roost-off at the EWS Shakedown. Pretty dusty, so I think, oh my god. Just like that, rider after rider, is so sick.
Well, I thought it was gonna be dust, but there's a lot of rocks in there, and I was literally just like hit with a shield of rock and dust, and it was not as enjoyable as I thought it was gonna be, although I shouldn't have thought it was gonna be enjoyable.
The mod's looking this weekend, different grip.
Look at that, that's cleaner. So we're trying some more things, but honestly I think I'm just going to go back to like a full foam grip because it's quite painful.
Yeah. But you were really happy with that result in Whistler, weren't you?
Yeah, I was just happy to finish basically. Like the result's cool, but it was just being able to ride at a comfortable pace, which I had a lot of fun. It was really good. Everyone was cheering super loud, and I had a really good time.
Importantly, you've got maple syrup on your saddle as well. That could be a deciding factor, couldn't it?
Could be, yeah. Provide some grip once things get a little bit dusty, because it's so dusty here that it starts just sliding off of things. So yeah, it's pretty good.
I've definitely changed my setup from last weekend in Whistler. Just a few different suspension changes. Tyres will probably depend on how blown out it gets. You know, it's going to get mega loose and rough and duffy, and kind of like we had in Chile a couple of years ago. So I might stick to the Assegai to deal with the duff and find some grip, but also might go to a faster rolling tyre because it's not super steep here, and it's going to be mega physical. So yeah, maybe a faster rolling tyre like a Minion DHF.
You're second in the overall at the minute now. Isabeau has a good points lead, but do you think you can make some inroads to it this weekend?
From Isabeau, I think it would be hard. Like, she's still, I would say, like a level above everyone. It's cool to see like some of the girls winning some stages, like in Whistler, Andrian, me and Ines, and the fight is really tight between the girls. It is a big fight, but it's really good. Like, we are all good friends, so we hang out together and it's cool. So it's only on track, so I like it like that.
Tell us then what you found out from this shakedown session. What do you think you'll be changing, if anything?
So it's really dry, as we thought already. Like, we rode a lot of trails around Lake Tahoe, and it's all a bit like that. It's super deep, sandy. It's gonna be physical, I think. Like, after the corners, you really feel you have no speed left. I'm gonna put the shorty on the front. I decided that today. So that's probably the biggest change. Just a tire choice, I think.
Tell us about your top cap.
I will ride for beer.
Is that what they're paying you at? That's what Larry's paying you in beer?
That's my Bavarian
heritage.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's very serious, sorry.
It's already 2020 design of the bike. Actually, the linkage is more progressive with 160 travel in the back. And yeah, that's the big change for the season or for the next year.
Just done some riding at Shakedown. What are you going to be changing this weekend?
Just ride the stage. It's quite dusty. You're kind of floating on the rocks. It's really strange feeling. So I think I'm gonna put all the pressure a little bit harder to stay up the rock. So I'm gonna make a few changes now and try again. That's really good to have the Shakedown today to make few testing.
Craig, some shock wizardry going on. Tell us what you're up to.
Just swapping from an air shock to a coil shock. He's going to do a run, see how it feels.
What would be the differences, do you think, in here, sort of benefits of having the coil on?
Coil, you'll get more sensitivity at the start of the stroke, small bumps, a bit more linear through the travel, but the air you can work the shock a bit better. So, just, yeah, different terrain, getting a quick feeling.
Joined by Team Trek, now Trek Factory Racing. Pedro, bone dry, lots of dust. This suit you quite nicely this weekend?
Yeah, makes me feel at home, so I guess I'm more used to in the terrain.
Katie, different set of circumstances from last weekend in Whistler. What are you hoping to take from this one today?
Well, today I'd just like to get used to the dust and find the limits and stay within them and just have a nice time, really.
A nice time.
Yeah, a really nice time riding in the moon dust. So I think it's good.
Lee Johnson into the Great British Trophy of Nations team. You'd have taken that at the start of the year, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's pretty cool to be out front as top Brit, so never would have thought that this time of the year. And
it feels like you're really finding a wee bubble of form. I mean, anytime I talk to you, you always tell me you're having a nightmare, and then I see the times and it's like, it actually turns out all right.
Yeah, when I feel like I'm having a nightmare, I tend to be doing all right.
California, very much like South Wales, isn't it, really? Bone dry, fast, dusty.
Yeah, sunny, hot, dusty. Couldn't be more similar, to be honest.
Greg, fresh and well you're looking, but maybe not feeling?
Yeah, no, American food got me pretty good straight away.
Oh no.
Yeah, but feeling better today. I'm outside, so that's good. Yeah, it sounds like fast rolling, carrying speed and just trying to judge the terrain because apparently it changes quite a lot. So, it could be as much about the rider adapting than the bike as well.
And into the Irish Trophy of Nations team as well.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a cool new format and, Killian and Keelan's a good group of boys to ride around with. And yeah, it's going to be a good weekend, I think.
Do you need a win this weekend? What are your big objectives?
I don't know. I will ride like every time. I never win the race. I give my best.
You're into the Trophy of Nations team for France as well. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, it's first time for everyone. So yeah, I think it will be a good time with French team.
Facing a really big sort of battle royale this weekend amongst you guys at the front of the elite men's category. Is it Martin you think you're going to be racing for the win this weekend?
I think Sam and Eddie, they've been up there all year, super consistent, so I think we'll all be up there battling, and maybe somebody is super quick in the loose dust, so never know, that could be another contender up there, but I'll be battling with Martin, Eddie and Sam.
Those guys, they're all going for the championship. You're not, you're still quite far back in the points. Do you think that favours you a bit? I mean, you're going for wins.
Yeah, I think so, especially this being the second to last round, I don't really have too much to worry about, so and they have a pretty close, points race, so I guess that could be in the back of the head.
So there we have it then, as you would expect towards the end of the season, just little changes here and there. Some people going up in tyre pressures and some new linkages, things like that. It's important to remind ourselves of just what that title race looks like ahead of what should be an unbelievable weekend of racing. Esbo Corderia obviously well out in front. Noga Karem has said that she would like to pull some points back, but also that she would like to secure that second spot as well. So third and fourth place this weekend in that Elite Women's Championship could be key. In the men's, it really is all to play for, and you get the impression that Florian Nicolai needs to get a win this weekend just to cement that lead. Eddie Masters, Sam Hill, too tight to call behind him, 110, 175 points behind him respectively. Don't forget you can keep up to date with all the action on our live race feed at EnduroWorldSeries.com as well as on all our social media channels. It should be an absolute cracker, don't miss it.